Words and affirmations are the building blocks of creation, holding the power to shape your reality and transform your life. Being a bridge, words connect your inner intentions with the external reality you desire to create. They carry energy and meaning, transforming thoughts and emotions into actionable vibrations that shape your experiences. By deliberately choosing words that affirm your goals and aspirations, you shift your focus from fear to possibility, crafting a mental blueprint for success. And affirmations are seeds of intention, fostering self-belief, nurturing resilience, and helping you embody the energy of what you desire to attract. As you engage with them consistently, affirmations bridge the gap between where you are and where you aspire to be, amplifying your ability to co-create a life of fulfillment and purpose. Through the transformative practice of building with affirmations, you step fully into your power, reclaiming your role as the creator of your reality. Today's affirmation:
my kindness flows effortlessly from the fullness of who I am, allowing me to give with authenticity, abundance, and joy. There was a time when I believed that kindness meant setting myself aside, always saying yes, always accommodating, always putting others before me, even when it felt like I was disappearing in the process. I thought that to be a good person, I had to give endlessly, regardless of how it left me feeling. But I started to notice that when I gave from a place of obligation or depletion, my kindness felt heavy, almost mechanical. It was no longer a joyful expression, but something I forced myself to do, and deep down, I resented it. I began to realize that if giving drained me, if generosity felt like self-sacrifice, then it was not coming from a place of true abundance, it was coming from lack. Now, I allow my kindness to flow naturally, not as something extracted from me, but as something that arises effortlessly from my own fullness. I have learned that when I honor myself, when I nurture my own joy, set healthy boundaries, and align with what feels true to me, I have more to offer, not less. My kindness is no longer laced with exhaustion or expectation, it is free, genuine, and fulfilling. I give because I feel inspired to, not because I feel I must. And in doing so, I uplift others in a way that is sustainable and real, allowing my generosity to be an expression of wholeness rather than sacrifice.
Poetic landscapes, inspiring stories, mindful insights, conscious creating. Whether you're seeking tips, tidbits, or techniques to elevate your life, become leading-edge creators or gain a deeper understanding of law of attraction, this space is dedicated to supporting your journey, where every thought is a seed and every feeling is a blossom, in the garden of endless possibilities. Stay tuned.
How would you know you're seeing clearly if you didn't see not clearly? How would you appreciate the clarity that you found if you hadn't lived in some sort of discord? How could you live other than living in alignment with Source? Source delights in your discovery of new dreams.
Welcome to Infinite Consciousness, a daily inspirational podcast that's dedicated to helping you manifest your dreams faster through law of attraction. Thank you for joining us. We're thrilled to have you here.
Thoughts in bloom. Embrace what some may call selfishness. They tell you kindness is sacrifice, a fading ember, a hollow price, to dim your glow so others shine, to give your hands, forsake what's thine. But true benevolence does not demand that you dissolve at life's command. It does not ask for you to break, to shrink yourself for others' sake. The river flows, yet still remains. It does not beg, it does not feign. It carves its path, both deep and wide, and quenches thirst along its stride. For giving blooms where wholeness grows, not from the weight of self-imposed woes. To pour from fullness, not from lack, is how the heart gives and stays intact. So be the sun that freely glows, the tree that roots and still bestows. In loving self, you love life more, and kindness flows from an endless core.
Prepare to be taken on a journey where anything is possible, and every turn brings you closer to a spark of curiosity, a twist of tale, or a choice that changes everything.
What if the kindness you've been practicing is actually holding you back? Join us as we uncover Fiona's incredible transformation from self-sacrifice to self-fulfillment. Known for her boundless generosity, Fiona's journey takes a surprising twist when a heartfelt conversation with her best friend Lillian challenges her to rethink what true kindness means. We explore how Fiona learned to balance taking care of others with honoring her own needs, leading to a newfound joy and authenticity in her life. Through candid reflections and powerful realizations, Fiona shares the liberating experience of saying no and discovering passions that reignite her spirit. Her story is a testament to the idea that true generosity stems from a place of abundance rather than depletion. As Fiona embraces this revelation, she finds that her relationships become richer and more meaningful. Tune in to be inspired by Fiona's journey of self-discovery and the profound peace that comes from living a life of balance and wholeness.
Fiona had always been known as the kind one. Since childhood, she had been the person everyone turned to for help, for comfort, for support. She was the friend who always listened, the daughter who never said no, the employee who worked late without complaint. If someone needed something, she gave it, even if it meant setting aside her own plans, her own needs, and sometimes, even her own dreams. She wore her generosity like a badge of honor, believing that the more she gave of herself, the more valuable she was. But over time, the weight of her kindness began to feel heavy. There were days when she would come home exhausted, drained from pouring into others, yet feeling oddly empty. She would sit in silence, wondering why, despite being known for her warmth and generosity, she felt so cold inside. She told herself that true kindness meant sacrifice, that the exhaustion was proof of her goodness. And yet, deep down, a quiet voice whispered, "Is this really what kindness is meant to feel like?" It wasn't until her best friend, Lillian, confronted her that Fiona began to question everything. "Fiona, when was the last time you did something just for you?" Lillian asked one evening as they sat in Fiona's living room. Fiona blinked, caught off guard. "I do things for myself," she said automatically. "I mean, I take care of people because I want to." Lillian gave her a knowing look. "I didn't ask about taking care of people. I asked about you. What brings you joy? What makes you feel alive?" Fiona opened her mouth to respond, but no words came. She realized she didn't have an answer. That night, she lay awake, staring at the ceiling, replaying Lillian's words in her mind. When had she stopped thinking about what she wanted? When had her kindness turned into something that drained her instead of filling her? The next morning, Fiona made a decision. She was going to rediscover what made her feel whole. Not for anyone else, but for herself. She started small. She said no to staying late at work when she didn't have to. She turned down a last-minute request from a friend when she had already planned a quiet evening for herself. At first, guilt gnawed at her. She worried that people would think she was selfish, that they would stop relying on her. But to her surprise, the world didn't crumble. Her friends still cared about her. Her co-workers still respected her. And more importantly, she felt lighter, freer. As days turned into weeks, Fiona began to feel something she hadn't felt in years: excitement. She took long walks without worrying about anyone's schedule but her own. She enrolled in a painting class she had always wanted to take. She allowed herself the time to sit in coffee shops, simply enjoying a book without feeling the need to be productive. And something incredible happened. Her kindness didn't disappear. In fact, it became more meaningful. When she gave, she did so from a place of joy, not obligation. She found herself fully present in conversations, not weighed down by exhaustion. She helped others, not because she felt she had to, but because she genuinely wanted to. One afternoon, she met Lillian for coffee. "You seem different," Lillian said, smiling over the rim of her cup. "Lighter. Happier." Fiona nodded, a slow smile spreading across her face. "I feel different," she admitted. "I used to think kindness meant giving everything away. But now I see it differently. True generosity isn't about emptying yourself. It's about being so full that you naturally overflow." Lillian grinned. "That's beautiful, Fiona." And for the first time in her life, Fiona truly believed it. She wasn't any less kind than before. If anything, she was more so. Because now, her kindness wasn't a sacrifice. It was a gift, one she gave freely, from a place of wholeness, rather than depletion. As she walked home that evening, Fiona felt a deep sense of peace settle over her. She had finally learned the secret to true benevolence. It was never about losing herself in others. It was about embracing herself fully, and allowing her kindness to flow naturally, effortlessly, like a river that nourishes everything in its path without ever needing to run dry. True kindness and generosity are not about self-sacrifice, or conforming to others' expectations at the expense of one's own well-being. Many believe that to be good, one must put others first, suppress personal desires, and give even when it feels depleting. However, real benevolence arises not from self-denial, but from a place of inner alignment, when one is fully connected to their own authenticity and well-being. Giving becomes a natural and effortless expression of abundance rather than obligation. By honoring oneself, one can offer true kindness that uplifts both the giver and the receiver.
And now, your tip for today.
Kindness and generosity are often perceived as requiring self-sacrifice, conformity to others' expectations, and the suppression of personal desires. However, true benevolence arises not from self-denial, but from a state of alignment with one's authentic self, allowing generosity to flow naturally from a place of wholeness.
Love this tip of infinite consciousness? Desire more? Never miss an opportunity to deepen your understanding and alignment. It's a beacon for those seeking to illuminate their path and live a life resonating with deliberate leading-edge creators. Head over to your favorite podcast platform and subscribe. By tuning in, you can expect to find inspiration, support, and guidance on your journey to living a life that is authentically yours. Furthermore, it not only explores the poetic landscapes of growth and manifestation, but also provides tangible techniques to bloom your desires into reality. Embrace the wisdom and continue on the journey of crafting a crystal-clear life. You are appreciated. Thank you.